Hello everyone, Dragon Critic aka Lee O'Brien, and welcome to today. Finally doing my 20th birthday Q&A. Yes, today is my birthday. I am officially 20 years old. Time really does fly, doesn't it? I can't believe it. I genuinely can't actually believe it, to be completely honest. I'm now 20 years old, which is just, it's great. A good few days ago, around 12 days ago actually, I announced a birthday Q&A, like I usually do for my birthday, where I would do another Q&A and you were able to ask up to 10 questions, and today I am finally answering those questions. The first comment comes from Dotsy Talks Movies, aka Dara Doherty. Thanks very much for the questions. Which of the upcoming DreamWorks movies are you most excited for? I'm actually most excited for The Bad Guys 2, although I do think The Wild Robot looks good. That looks like a lot of fun. Um, if intrigued about Shrek 5, I think I actually do want to see that, not gonna lie. Trying to think what else is coming out from DreamWorks. Yeah, that's a good question. There's a few things I'm excited. I'm mostly excited for The Bad Guys 2. I'm hoping that's good. I really hope that's gonna be peak. So his next question is, will you be seeing The Fall Guy? Maybe. It's possible. Who knows? Favorite part of Dungeons and Dragons? I would probably have to say the graveyard scene, where they're asking the questions and then they mess up and then they end up asking not no, I keep saying it like mess. I love when they ask the questions and when they say something, it comes across as a question. I think that was hilarious. I think humor wise, Dungeons and Dragons was genius. It was really funny. Um, Thoughts on current MCU? I think after Endgame, the MCU has definitely become played out now. I think with films such as say Shang-Chi, it was good because it was original. I feel Eternals really suffered from a very poor story. Black Widow was decent, but I feel it should have came out a long time ago. I think No Way Home and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 are the best MCU movies of this decade so far. I think with the three films we got in 2022, while they were enjoyable, they were quite disappointing. And then personally, I did like Ant-Man 3, but I definitely agree it's the weakest Ant-Man film. And then the Marvels was so corny, but it was just so much fun. But I think like it was just it was the really rushed story that prevented me from liking it. But I actually do think the Marvels was entertaining enough, but I think with Deadpool 3 or Deadpool and Wolverine, to be honest, I don't really like the title. I wish they just stuck to Deadpool 3. But no, I think the MCU, it's just kind of, it could improve, but it is definitely um, played out. I think it's repeating itself a lot. Needs to cook some more steam, needs to cook something new. I think it's lost its steam. I think that's the problem. Best cinema experience. Okay, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say like my favorite cinema experience of all time because I feel like there's a lot now that I've genuinely loved. Like obviously going to the premiere and seeing it with my auntie when I brought my auntie to see How to Train Your Dragon 3. Seeing that in cinema was amazing. The Spider-Man No Way Home cinema experience was amazing. Seeing Spider-Verse 2 in 4DX with yourself, Dara, and Ty, that was great. And then Kung Fu Panda 4 in 4DX, like that was a ball. And I mean, I enjoyed Kung Fu Panda 4, but I did feel it was a bit of a disappointment. I can't deny in 4DX, Kung Fu Panda 4 was amazing in 4DX, especially the climax. Like, my God. So, yeah, I have a lot of different favorite cinema experiences. So I think now it's very hard to pick just one. So I'm just going to say those are my four favorite cinema experiences I've ever had in my life. And actually, I did really enjoy going to the premiere for Dungeons and Dragons. It was my first premiere at night time, so that was awesome. So yeah, thanks very much for the questions, Dara. Um, LBT Electric Dino online. Thanks very much for the questions. When was the last time you made a music video on your channel? I did one recently for Dino Thunder's 20th anniversary, the Embers by Owl City tribute. I think Embers really suited Dino Thunder. and I thought it would have made a really good tribute. And a lot of people really liked it, so I'm very proud of it actually. I was really proud of how it turned out. And then before that, I think my last tribute was for was a typo, Poe and Tigress tribute for the Dancing and the Dreaming. Um, Admittedly, I will admit it's probably not the best tribute I've ever done, but I think I did a decent enough job with it. Um, yeah. Have you seen Godzilla minus one? I have not seen it, so I can't judge. Favorite Super Sentai? I haven't watched a lot of Super Sentai, but I would say my favorite is actually Geki Ranger. Yeah, I actually enjoyed Geki Ranger more than Aber Ranger, surprisingly. And that's funny because in terms of Power Rangers, I'm a much bigger fan. Well, actually, not much bigger, just slightly. I'm a bigger fan of Dino Thunder than I am for Jungle Fury. But obviously, Dino Thunder is my number one, Jungle Fury is my number two. But for Sentai, I actually enjoyed Geki Ranger more. I don't know, I just had more fun with it. Have you seen Godzilla X Kong The New Empire? I haven't, but I might give it a chance. Have you seen the trailer for the Camp Cretaceous sequel? I haven't seen the trailer yet, but I'm intrigued to see what it's going to be like. I'll give it a chance, and who knows, it could be good. Excuse me. Are you surprised that Gareth Edwards is doing a new Jurassic movie in 2025 featuring Scarlett Johansson? Yes, actually. To be honest, I thought the Jurassic franchise was done after Jurassic World 3. Yeah. Uh, sorry, I forgot what I was going to say. I thought after Jurassic World 3, that was it. That was the end of the franchise. Um, and granted, I wasn't the biggest fan of Jurassic World 3, but I thought it was good enough. But I am surprised to hear that they're making a new one, to be honest. But at the same time, they do make lots of ching ching ching. So that, I suppose it was kind of expected, but at the same time, I did feel the franchise kind of done. So yeah, um, have you seen the Jurassic Park intro in Dino Thunder style from The Usual Suspects? Yes, I have, and it's very well done. What's your favorite dinosaur villain in the Jurassic Park and World movies? I need to watch them again to decide that, but that is a good question. I do need to think about that, but I'll need to watch the movies again to decide that. So I can't really say, but it's a good question. Um, are you happy that the chameleons are the villains in Kung Fu Panda 4? I assume you're talking about the soldiers, the lizards. Yeah, I actually really like the soldiers. I thought their designs were cool, and yeah, they did kind of remind me of the lava lizards from Operation Overdrive, which actually, admittedly, those were pretty cool too. But yeah, I actually did like I did actually like the lizards in Kung Fu Panda 4. I thought the lizards were cool actually. They were entertaining. So it was cool. They did kind of look like I remember when I first saw them in the official trailer. I thought they looked I thought for a second those were the zombies, but it turns out I was dead wrong. Yeah, but no, they were cool. Top 10 favorite Red Power Rangers. I can't really give you a top 10, but I'll give you my favorites. Connor's number one, then it's Casey. Then I like Eric Myers from Time Force. I like um, Wes Collins from Time Force. I'm actually really like Jack from SPD. I think he was really good. Trying to think. Um, Carter Grayson. He was good actually in Lightspeed Rescue. He was pretty good. Um, Cole and Shane were decent Red Rangers from Wild Force and Ninja Storm. Um, yeah, I did like Scott from RPM. He was pretty good. A lot of Disney era ones I'm mentioning though. I suppose Tommy from when he was the red one in Zeo and Turbo. That was cool. Jason, he's the OG. He's decent. Um, yeah, no, it's hard for me to list them in a top 10, but like my favorite is Connor. So yeah, but thank you for the questions. Thanks very much actually for the questions. Um, Next, what comment comes from Juna RJ? Thanks very much. And he asks, "Are you still going to continue YouTube?" Yes, I am. What do you have planned in the future? Well, since I just finished college now, I'm hoping well, after the summer, I'm going to hopefully get a job, and I will hopefully, I'm really hoping to get a job in my local cinema. I'd love to work in the cinema for a while. and then see what happens. Um, List a slate of movies you look forward to seeing in cinemas this year. Um, I'm excited to see Inside Out 2. I think that looks good. Deadpool 3 does look good. I think my most anticipated film of the year is definitely Sonic 3. I think that's going to be good. I think that has potential to be the peak of the Sonic franchise. If you're going to enter the film industry, what position do you plan to take? I don't know. It's a good question. I suppose maybe director or an actor. Debating between those two, but need to think about that actually. What type of cake or food do you usually have on your birthday? Um, well, I don't really eat cake, so usually for my birthday we get a takeaway and I do get a pizza. So yeah, margarita pizza, and I do be happy. So yeah. What are your preferred food and beverages at the movies slash cinema? I always love getting the butter popcorn. My God, butter popcorn is gorgeous, and I always get a Coke. I think Coke is a great drink to have at the cinema. Thanks very much for the questions. The next comment comes from Pink Bread. Darker Light Skylanders have better reputations? I think I think like the darks were definitely the stronger, but I think the lights were the more beloved. But I think both of them were very beloved. They were basically the twin elements, which were cool. Next question: will you watch DreamWorks Gabby Dollhouse movie? I mean, maybe. I think it comes out next year, so maybe. Do you like Smash Bros? Yes, I do like Super Smash Bros. Good game. Granted, I only have Super Smash Bros. U on the Wii U, but I still really like it. Um, Robo or Wildstorm? I actually like Wildstorm more. Actually, here he is. I like Wildstorm a bit more. I like his design a bit more. I like his abilities a bit more. I think I actually enjoyed his level a bit more. The adventure pack that he got with Wildstorm. I think it was a bit more fun. But I did like Robo's adventure pack level, and Robo was a cool character. Robo was awesome actually. So yeah. Uh, Shrek 5 or Bad Guys 2? Definitely Bad Guys 2. Don't get me wrong, I'm intrigued to see the next Shrek. I'm intrigued to see it, especially after Puss in Boots 2. But Bad Guys 2, I'm just more excited about. I'm hoping that one's peak. Thanks very much for the questions. Zeo Ranger UK asks, since it's your birthday, what's your favorite type of cake? Well, I don't really eat cake, but I do like those little cupcakes actually, especially when they're fresh out of the oven. I do think those are very nice. So thanks for the question. Right, next question. Thanks very much. Next questions come from Evan Ups. Will you ever review Pirates of the Caribbean? It is possible. I might get around to it, but I don't see why not. I think it'll definitely happen. I think I can definitely see myself watching the movies and giving a review. So yeah, it could happen, and it probably will. I probably will. I'll definitely get around to watching them sometime. Um, can you speak Irish? Assuming you mean Guelga. Not really. Yeah. Yeah. I kind of suck at it. Slán agus gur amach agat. That means see you later in Irish. That's the best Irish I can do. Or when I'm on the train, Newbridge is called Drehead Nua. So that's some good I can get out of it. But yeah, I'm not very good at speaking actual Irish. I can only speak English with an Irish accent. um, Favorite Nintendo games. I like Mario Kart. I like a few of the Sonic games, although they're not really Nintendo. As well as Mario Kart. Um, Trying to think. Splatoon. Splatoon is good. Super Smash Bros. Is good. That's a good Nintendo game. Yeah, it's a good few actually. I suppose maybe I'll go for Mario Kart. Mario Kart is good. Have you read the Avatar: The Last Airbender comic books? I haven't, but I've heard good things, and they do look interesting. Do you like the UK? I've never actually been to the UK before, but I'd say the UK seems to be a nice country. I'd like to go. What will you do after college? Well, I'm hoping after the summer, I'm gonna hopefully look for a job, and yeah, so fingers crossed. Do you play Minecraft? No, actually. Sorry about that. I'm not much of a Minecraft person. I I just never got into it, and I've played it a few times, but I could never get into Minecraft. It just wasn't really my thing. Personally, I don't dislike it, but I just never got into it. Has life been different after the pandemic? Um, there's definitely been a lot of things that have changed, but yeah, it's definitely. I don't know. I feel like for me, I don't know. Nothing major has changed. There's a few changes, but nothing too major, if that makes sense. Do you like Lego? Well, I haven't played with Lego in a good while, but yeah, some Lego sets are pretty cool. What is the most overrated franchise? Need to think about that for now. I used to say Star Wars when I was a kid, but now after rewatching some of the movies, I actually did like a few of the movies, so I don't think it's overrated anymore. But oh, that's a good question. That is a really good question. I need to think about that. That is a good question. Need to think about that. But thanks very much for the questions. Um, right. Um, got a birthday wish off Marcus Digital. Thanks very much, man. And off Kieran. Thanks very much, Kieran. Next questions come from. Have you seen? Sorry. Next questions come from Movie Man. Thanks very much for the questions, man. Have you seen Mean Girls? Not yet, but I am planning to watch it soon. What films are you planning to see this summer? I might go see If and Garfield. I think those look fun. I want to see Inside Out 2. I want to see Deadpool 3. And that's all I can think of from the top of my head. I think I might see Despicable Me 3 just to see what it's like. But it doesn't look too bad, but I didn't like Despicable Me 3. I think that one's the worst in the franchise easily. How does it feel to be turning 20? It feels really great. Thanks very much. What plans do you have this summer? Um, Go to the cinema. Hopefully, meet up with a few friends. Every now and again. Possibly go on holidays. And I'll be going to Comic Con, Dublin Comic Con in August, so I'm excited about that as well. But yeah, I'm excited about this summer actually. I think it's going to be a good summer. What are you planning on doing next? As I've said before, I am hoping to get a job after the summer. So fingers crossed. Thanks very much for the questions, Movie Man. Next questions come from Mitchell, the Spider Verse fan. Thanks very much for the questions. Have you watched Dumb Money? It's a movie that has America Ferrera. I haven't, but it sounds interesting. Opinion on The Hobbit. I have actually reviewed the Hobbit trilogy, and I think it's really good. Thoughts on Monsters vs Aliens? I haven't watched it in a couple of years, but I liked it as a kid. I thought it was good. Um, Opinion on Jen from Kung Fu Panda 4. I like Jen. I thought Jen was a good character actually. I thought she was a nice addition to the franchise. Aquafina actually did a really good performance, I believe. But there was a part where I'm not going to say what it was to avoid spoiling, but it just wasn't needed. I feel it just didn't work. It was just too predictable, way too predictable. But she was a good character. I liked her. I actually liked her a lot. Opinion on Trolls 3 Band Together. I have reviewed it and I just thought it was okay. The best of the Trolls movies, but it was just okay. Uh, yeah, thanks very much for the questions, Mitchell. Um, Next questions comes from Toby. Thanks very much for the questions, man. And he asks, how excited are you for the upcoming Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show and the Mutant Mayhem sequel? The show looks like a lot of fun, looks very entertaining. The sequel I'm very excited to see. I'm a big fan of Mutant Mayhem. I thought it was a great movie. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it actually. I think the sequel is going to be pretty good, and I think the show is going to be very fun. It looks very entertaining. So thanks very much for the questions. Excuse me. Next questions come from Mark Galloway, aka Lego Fan 506. Will you do a spoiler review of Kung Fu Panda 4 when it releases on DVD and Blu-ray? Yes, I do plan on doing a spoiler review. It will come out soon. Hopes for the future of the Kung Fu Panda franchise. First of all, thank you so much for the questions. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what to hope for. I just feel like Kung Fu Panda 4, like, don't get me wrong, it was a good movie and I liked it, but that's it. I liked it, and that was it. As a long time fan, it broke my heart. And I know that sounds dramatic, but it's just my attachment to the franchise, and I do like again because it's a franchise I've followed since I was 4 years old back in 2008. So the fourth movie did disappoint me, and I think if I was younger, I probably would have hated the movie. Um, but I don't know what to hope for. I would love a Furious 5 spin-off. I would absolutely love a Furious 5 spin-off. There's rumors we're going to get one in 2027 that's going to be directed by Joel Crawford. I would love a Furious 5 movie. And as for the possibilities of a fifth and sixth movie, considering Poe's story is pretty much done, now it's Zhen's story to be told. Um, I I want to see. I am intrigued to see what they do with that, but I don't know. I still kinda have hope for Typo to happen, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I just kind of I just don't know what to expect anymore. I don't know. I honestly feel the Kung Fu Panda franchise is kind of screwed. I kind of feel it's going in a bit of a bad direction. Well, maybe not a bad direction, but I don't think it's going in the right direction. And that's just me. But thank you once again for the questions. And the next questions come from Dan, which thank you very much for the questions. Are you excited for Deadpool and Wolverine? Yes. Now, like I said, I don't like the title Deadpool and Wolverine. I get it. I totally get what they're going for. But I just think it would have been cooler for it to be called Deadpool 3. But that's just me. And as for the new, and what do you think of the new DC Universe reboot? It could go either way. It could go into an interesting direction, hopefully, and hopefully it's promising. And yeah, I think it could have potential. So that is it for my 20th birthday Q&A. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for both the questions and the birthday wishes. It really means a lot. Thank you all so much, everyone. I hope you all have a great day. And I can't believe April is literally about to end tomorrow. I can't believe it. So yeah, stay tuned for my next review, which will have a very special guest. And until then, everyone, take care, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. And until then, skadoosh, everyone.